Good day viewers, welcome to Cybertech-Arena. In this video I'll be showing you how to install Evilginx on a VPS server and how to use it. I'll walk you through the configurations and the setups in about 3 steps or 4 steps. Alright, so getting started, the first thing you need to do is get a VPS server. So for this video I'll be using DigitalOcean as the VPS server. You can get DigitalOcean, just go to your Google search and type DigitalOcean. So you click it, you register. I already got an account there, so I already got mine, and it's free. You can get a $200 bonus to do this, to go through this simulation. All right, so having done that, this is my own dashboard, so I'm already logged in. So we need also a domain. To do this we need a domain, but let's configure our VPS server first. All right, you can get your domain from Namecheap. All right, so I already got my domain. When you go to domain list, it's easy how to buy these things out, so I don't need to walk you through on how to buy a domain. So that's the easiest thing to do. So another thing we need also, it's a DNS provider. So I'll be using Cloudflare to manage my DNS. So you create your own account on cloudflare.com. all right, so here's my account. So I got everything ready. So let's go to the DigitalOcean. So we need to create a server, and here in the server of DigitalOcean it's called a droplet. So we go to create droplet. So here, choose any region you like. All right, you can choose any region you like here. All right, you can choose New York. Okay, here OS, just choose the LTS version. So I'll just choose 24.0 LTS. So here you leave it here in the basic plan. Okay, move down to regular. All right, this is dependent on how big your server is, but for this simulation I'll just make a very small server, but it can work. All right, so I'll just go for $6 a month. Down here I'll choose a password. I'll choose a password down here. All right, instead of the SSH. So I'll paste my password here. Then scroll down. You can just your host name, give your droplet an identifying name you can remember. So I just put my Evilginx. all right, you can put a tag if you want. So when you're here, just go to create droplet. So it's as simple as that. So while the droplet is being created, all right, so I think the droplet is almost done. This was the first one I created. So while the droplet is being loading, so let's go to our domain. I assume you already bought your domain. So I got this from a reseller. So you can buy a domain depending, as cheap as $7-8 to $16, depending on the provider you're using. So when you get a domain, you go to Cloudflare. So let me copy this domain first. So you copy your domain, go to Cloudflare, add the domain. So paste my domain, continue. So mine, I already added it because I was doing something earlier on. All right, so when you click on continue, it's going to add the domain. So when your domain is added, you need to go to DNS. So when you're done adding a domain, you click the domain, you'll be brought to this page. So you go to DNS. So here in the DNS, we need to add to a record. Okay, so we go to add record. So the first one is a record, and then what we're going to put here in the here, the record is a record. Okay, so here in the name required, you put at. So here the IPv4 address is the IPv4 address in your droplet. So let's go and see if our droplet is done. So this is the droplet, the one we just created. I named it Evilginx. So I'll just copy the IP. So that's the same thing you're going to do. So we head back to here and we paste it. So then you turn off the proxy status, you save. So we need to create another record. As you can see, this one we created is here. So we need to create another record. We go to add record. So it's going to also be an A record. Here in the name required, we just put the asterisk. All right, in most keyboard it's you just need Shift 8 to do it in most keyboard. All right, so here we just put the IP address of our domain of our server here. This is the one I created, right? All right, so you turn off these proxy settings and you click on save. So now when you've done this, you open a command prompt on your computer. So any command prompt is okay. So I just open my command prompt. So you open a command prompt on your computer, then you SSH to your server. So we use SSH. This is the command. If you're doing it from most VPS provider, mostly your username is root. So we use root at. So we need to get our IP address from our VPS server. So I'll just get my IP, copy it, we head back there and we paste it. You hit enter. So when it asks you, are you sure you want to continue connecting, you say yes. It's going to ask you for your password. You remember the password you put when you were creating your droplet. So you just click it. So one thing I want to mention here is here the password will not show. So how you paste the password here is when you copy it, you right click your mouse. All right, so I already right click and I hit enter. So as you can see, we're here. Let me clear this thing up. So we're here, root at Evilginx. That's the name of the server, our server that we created. So we need these commands. I'll put it in my blog also. We need a command to update, apt update. All right, and you can put the ampersand and apt upgrade. Then you put -y. -y means say yes to every questions asked. So you hit enter. So we are updating and upgrading our server. So it's going to take a bit of time. If you're depending on how updated your server is or the one you choose. So I'll just meet you up when it's done. So when you get here, go to OK. So the update and upgrade is done. So let me clear my screen so you can see very well. So we need to install three. There are things we need to install for us to be able to configure and set up Evilginx on our server. We need to install Wget, Coil, Golang, Unzip, and Nano. All right. So here's the command to do that: apt install wget space coil space golang space unzip space nano-y. So you hit enter to that and let it do its thing. So it's done installing that. Okay, so there's something we need to do. You need to open your Google here. Let's go to Google. You go to your Google, you search for Evilginx. So you choose this one, the GitHub, this one. So you scroll down to releases. Here's releases. Then you scroll down here to, depending on where you're installing it. If you're following my my tutorial, so we're using a Linux base. So we go here, you click and you copy link. All right. So we go back to our command prompt. Let me clear this up. So what we need here is since we already installed Wget. So we're going to use Wget. So we use Wget space. Then you paste the link you copied and you hit enter. So it's so fast. It's already installed. Let's ls. As you can see, it's already there. So let me clear my screen a bit. So ls. So as you can see, it's there. So we need to use a command unzip to unzip the file. So this is the file name. All right. So we use unzip. Remember, we installed unzip just now, not long ago. So Evilginx, you just type this file name. This is the zip file. So I'll hit tab. When you're typing and you hit tab, it's going to autocomplete. So you hit enter. So it's going to unzip. So let's ls now. So as you can see, it already unzipped the zip file. So we no longer need this zip file. So we use rm evo desktop evilginx desktop. All right. So let's ls again. Ls means listing. All right, to list something. So what we need to do is we need to change the permission of this file. All right, we need to make it executable. So we use this command chmod +x. Then you put the file name and I hope you see what I did there. You put the file name and you hit enter. So you're going to see the difference. Let's list again ls. As you can see, it's now green, meaning it's executable. We're already giving it executable permission. So we need to do something. We need to configure the domain in the Evilginx directory. Okay, we need to nano there. We use nano. You can use any text editor. For me, I'll be using nano. Let me clear my screen a bit so you can see clearly. So if you get to this point, let's start Evilginx and see if everything is working well. So you hit enter. So it seems everything is working well, but we get this error message, of which you're going to get the error message also. It says, look here, fishlets. Look at the directly where fishlets are loaded from. Loading configurations from root.evilginx. Okay, this is where the configuration is loaded from. So okay, so the error message we got here is failed to start name server on port 53. What this thing means is your port 53 might be using another you might be using that port 53 for something else. So we're going to change the server where this thing is loading from. All right, so let's go to the configuration this thing. So let's exit from here. So clear the screen. So we cd to the path root/.evilginx. So let's ls. So here, this is where we need to go. Let's use a nano config. All right, you hit enter. Okay, so this is where the configuration file is. So we need to change few things here. All right, so scroll down to where you have the IPv4. Let's start with where you have the domain. So put the domain you bought here. You need to put the domain you bought here in the domain. So I'll go copy mine. Here's my domain. So I'll copy it. So my domain is there. So we need to change the IPv4. So here in the IPv4, we just put our DigitalOcean VPS. Okay, so we go back. So here, this on auth URL, you can, let's just put our domain name there. We just put, let's remove the YouTube whatever there. So you put your domain name here. So we just get our domain name, copy it, go back here. So we put the domain name, then you put slash. So here, remember we had issues with port 53, right? So how about we just make it 500, okay, 5300. So everything looks good here. So you press Ctrl S, okay, then you press Ctrl X. So you already exited. Let's start up Evilginx again and see if we get the error message, so we know what to do. Let's go back So as you can see, we don't have the error message again, and you can see our external IP address is set to this one that we bought from DigitalOcean. As you can see, mind you can get this for free. You can test what you want to test for 60 days. All you just need is create an account in DigitalOcean and you get it for free. Okay, so let's go back here. So having gotten to this stage, everything is working out fine. I'll be ending this video here because it's actually so long already. All right, see you in the next one. Thank you. Peace out.